Okay, Dasho Rose here is back with another video. This time I'm going to be reviewing an episode from Season 2, a bad one. Unlike Season 1, there are some bad episodes that I do not like in Season 2. This one right here, this one is the absolute worst. This one is just so bad, and I had some options to choose from. Not a ton, but I had some options to choose from. But a lot of people talk about this episode and kind of defend it a little bit. I'm gonna say right here, I hate this episode. I actually rewatched it because I haven't seen it in a while and I didn't remember what it was about. This episode is bad. It starts off really good, I'm not gonna lie. It starts off with SpongeBob and Gary playing tag, then Patrick joins in, and it feels really good. But then Gary, for some reason, is attached to Patrick, which I will get to that when I get to that for the reasons why, but yeah, he's attached to Patrick, so, yeah, that's... But even in the pre-movie era, Patrick can be a total jackass sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Some people are blind by that and are like, Patrick is more of a jerk in the post-movie episodes. No, in the pre-movie episodes, he's kind of a jackass sometimes too. But anywho, you might be asking, well, why is he a jackass? Basically, he's kind of hogging Gary, and, SpongeBob is kind of overreacting. SpongeBob thinks that Gary's gonna leave him, so this entire episode, we're watching SpongeBob with depression. About Gary leaving him, and it drags on far too long. It goes on way too long, and this episode it's just boring. There's not a lot of characters to bounce off of. It's just really boring. Honestly, if you want a better Patrick episode, I would watch an episode of Patrick in it. I would watch this short, Rise and Shine. Sure, Patrick's kind of an idiot in that episode in Season 5, but he's not this ignorant. But anywho, yeah, Patrick here is just very unlikable. He's constantly hogging Gary to himself, and he even rubs it in. Like, what a jackass. What an absolute jackass. Patrick is way out of character here. But yeah, I don't really like it so much. There is the Valentine's Day episode in Season 1 where he's kind of out of character, but it's not like, there's other characters to bounce off of, and it doesn't drag on for a long time like it does in this episode. But yeah, I did not like this episode at all. I just do not like it, and I think it's just, I'm thinking this may be the worst episode in pre-movie episodes. Because it's so forgettable, it's so boring. Again, Patrick is very unlikable, and it drags on way too long, and now I probably wouldn't put this on even the top 10 worst SpongeBob episodes, but this one is just so boring. There's just not a lot going on, and now worth knowing about it this episode is that the T at the Tree Dome title theme returns in this episode too, which is nice. But the thing is a lot of the, again, the music is not enough to save this episode, and yeah, it's just bad. Again, not the worst episode, not even the top 10 worst, but it's just so boring and bland, and I mean, I don't really like it too much. Now, what would I grade this episode in points? Because I forgot to do that with this episode, in season 1, Karate Choppers. That one's definitely 120 points, but I actually did make another video about that, but I messed it all. Well, I messed the first one up, so I had to make another one, so I did forget to add that in there, but what would I give this one points? Well, it's not horribly bad. Again, it starts, like, half of it's kind of decent. It's just kind of bland. I'm probably going to give it 38 points. It's definitely in the bad category for sure. It's not very good, and it's just bland. But anywho, that's my, I know this is kind of short, but there's not really a lot to talk about in this episode. I guess I can mention the pets that SpongeBob got, like the worm and stuff, but the brown snail named Larry, yeah, I don't like Larry at all. He's just so mean to SpongeBob. But anywho, I will be eventually doing a seasonal review and going back and talking about this. But this is Jim's least favorite episode in the pre-movie era too, so I'm not the only one here. But anywho, I'm gonna let this go and I'll talk to you guys later. Anywho, Dasho Rose out.